The morning sun streamed through the glass walls of Chicago's bustling airport as Ruby Mae Johnson approached Gate 27. Her silver hair was perfectly styled, and she carried herself with quiet elegance. The first-class boarding announcement echoed through the terminal. "Excuse me, ma'am," Derek Walsh sneered, blocking her path to the jet bridge. His name tag gleamed under the fluorescent lights. "I think you're in the wrong line." Ruby Mae smiled politely, extending her boarding pass. "First class, seat RA." Derek's face twisted with disgust. "There must be some mistake. People like you don't fly first class." His voice grew louder, drawing stares from nearby passengers. "Maybe you should check coach where you belong." The waiting area fell silent. Phone cameras began recording. Ruby Mae's dark eyes remained steady, her voice calm. "My ticket is valid." "Not on my watch," Derek spat, crossing his arms defiantly. Ruby Mae nodded slowly, memorizing every detail. Derek grabbed his radio with theatrical urgency. "Security to gate 27. We have a disruptive passenger refusing to comply." Within minutes, Tony Rivera jogged over, his heavy boots echoing on the polished floor. "What's the problem here?" "This woman is causing trouble," Derek declared, pointing accusingly at Ruby Mae. "She won't accept her proper seating assignment." Passengers pulled out phones, recording everything. A young mother whispered, "This isn't right." An elderly gentleman shook his head in disgust. Ruby Mae stood perfectly still, her hands folded gracefully. "I have done nothing wrong," she said softly. Derek's voice rose to near shouting. "She's being difficult. Remove her." Tony hesitated, sensing something was off. Ruby Mae reached for her phone, dialing a number with steady fingers. "Nina." "It's time," she whispered, then walked away with unwavering dignity. 3 hours earlier, Ruby Mae had been sitting in her penthouse office overlooking Lake Michigan. Forbes magazine lay open on her mahogany desk, featuring her on the cover. Tech titan Ruby Mae Johnson sells AI company for $4.2 billion. She preferred traveling without fanfare, booking flights under simple names to avoid media attention. The irony was bitter now. Nina Carter answered on the first ring. "Ruby. How did the flight go?" "Change of plans, Nina. We have work to do." Ruby Mae's voice was ice cold steel. "Research Sky High Airlines. I want everything. Employee complaints, discrimination lawsuits, passenger reviews." By evening, Nina's investigation revealed a disturbing pattern. James Wilson from Detroit denied upgrades despite platinum status. Maria Santos from Miami, forced to give up her seat to a white passenger. David Kim from Seattle, told his first-class ticket was probably fake. Ruby Mae studied the files in her hotel suite. 15 documented cases in 6 months, she murmured. "This ends now." She began making calls to investment brokers. Within 48 hours, Nina's team of private investigators had infiltrated Sky High Airlines operations. Hidden cameras revealed Derek Walsh's pattern of abuse. Security footage showed him deliberately losing boarding passes of minority passengers, forcing them into coach seats. "Look at this," Nina pointed to financial documents spread across Ruby Mae's conference table. "They're cooking the books. Overcharging passengers, underreporting discrimination settlements." Marcus Stone, the airline's CEO, sat in his corner office completely unaware. His assistant filtered all complaints, keeping negative reports from reaching his desk. He believed his company ran smoothly. Meanwhile, Ruby Mae's financial advisors worked silently. "We've acquired 12%, her broker reported over a secure phone line. Stock prices are dropping due to recent bad publicity. Keep buying," Ruby Mae instructed coldly. "Every share that becomes available." The discrimination victims agreed to testify. James Wilson flew in from Detroit. Maria Santos arrived from Miami. David Kim drove down from Seattle. Justice was building momentum. 2 weeks later, Ruby Mae strode into Sky High Airlines headquarters wearing a tailored black suit. Derek Walsh stood behind the reception desk, smirking when he recognized her. "Security," he called out mockingly. "The troublemaker is back." "Actually," Ruby Mae smiled, "I'm the new majority owner." Derek's face went pale. Marcus Stone rushed from the elevator, breathless. "Ms. Johnson, I had no idea about the discrimination. Please, let me explain." Ruby Mae opened her briefcase, revealing stacks of evidence. 51% ownership, effective immediately. Board meeting in conference room A. The boardroom filled quickly. Ruby Mae placed video footage on the table. Derek's racist rants played on the large screen. Financial documents scattered across polished wood. "Derek Walsh," Ruby Mae announced calmly, "you're terminated. Security will escort you out." Derek stammered helplessly as guards approached. Justice had arrived at last. 6 months later, Sky High Airlines became a model of equality. Ruby Mae established the Wings of Hope Scholarship Program, funding aviation careers for underrepresented students. Company-wide sensitivity training became mandatory. Tony Rivera knocked on her office door. "Ms. Johnson, I owe you an apology. I should have stood up that day. The future matters more than the past," Ruby Mae replied gracefully. On her first flight as owner, Ruby Mae settled into seat 2A. The flight attendant, a young black woman named Sarah, served her with genuine respect and pride. "Welcome aboard your airline, Ms. Johnson." Ruby Mae smiled. Change had truly taken flight.